Yo, gather round the console, lights dim low. It's state of play September 25, time for the show. Against for swells, hit like a boss level beat. Violin screaming, tails dropping heat. Sony's on stage, blue lights flashing bright. PS5 dreams coming alive tonight. But hold up, gamers, don't get too hyped yet. We got trailer dropping, but some bets you'll regret. State of play, what you got for me? Wolverine slashing, go see Ote free. Maybe intergalactic heretic in space. The Bloodborne, nah, wipe that hope off your face. Fans hoping hard, praying for a remaster dream. Screaming PC poor, but it's just a meme. Elden Ring got love, the Bloodborne's ghosted. Sorry hunters, your face still roasted. Wolverine claws out, adamantium gleam. Insomniac cooking up that Marvel team. Logan's growling berserk, a rage on fleek. Swinging through Canada, enemies looking weak. But yo, funny thing, he's fighting in the snow while I'm over here thinking, where's the co-op though? Heal factor popping, but if you die too quick, it's like respawn bub, don't be a prick.
Orchestra builds with flutes going wild as Wolvie slices foes like a feral child.
Ghost of Yote, samurai soul on the rise. Sucker punch dropping bombs, open world surprise. New protect female ghost mount, Yote's call. Haikus and katanas taking down them all. Foxes gotten past wind, whispering clues. But jokes on us, no Tsushima blues. It's 603 Shogun vibes, beer stints while I'm yelling at multiplayer makes some sense.
He sends crashes, she does in the mist. That love happens, girl rap you can't resist.
State of play, what you got for me? Wolverine slashing, go see Yote free. Maybe intergalactic heretic in space. My Bloodborne, nah, wipe that hope off your face. Fans coping hard, praying for remaster dreams. Screaming PC poor, but it's just a me. Elden Ring got love, my Bloodborne's ghosted. Sorry hunters, your face still roasted. Now maybe, just maybe, intergalactic drops in. The heretic prophet space opera begin. Lasers and lore, prophecies in the void. Fighting alien cults, getting paranoid. Prophet heretic, twisted fate with a grin. But is it real or just hype? Let the theory spin. If it shows, orchestra goes full sci-fi swell. Synths mixing with VO is ringing like a bell. But if not, hey, at least we got dreams. While Bloodborne stands crying to their scream. Yo, Bloodborne cope is real, it's a tragic tale. Every state of play, hope set to fail. Remaking coming, they tweet with despair. But Sony's like, nah, we don't care. Fronts are busy with shadows and rings, while your farm echoes dodging beast things. Funny how we beg for that yarn on fix, but it's crickets again, classic Sony tricks. State of play, what you got for me? Wolverine slashing goes to Yote free. Maybe intergalactic heretic in space. But Bloodborne, nah, wipe that hope off your face. Fans coping hard, the top will save the day. Another event down, no hunting play. Hands your rap closing, faded black screen. See you next time, keep dreaming the dream.
That's most definitely what's up.
You know what time it is.
Time to play the game.
It is indeed, my friends. We're here for the state of play. It will be a glorious, glorious afternoon. Reveals, trailers, disappointments, I'm sure. But it's going to be fun because we're going to be here together, enjoying it collectively as an eccentric family. An eccentric family. Watching trailers, reveals, taking predictions, all of that. All of that. It's going to be very interesting. We also have a couple of little smaller things, including one bigger thing. That looks baller. Of course, OD got revealed yesterday, so we're going to take a peek at that trailer as well, because damn. But overall, what I want to hear from you in the comments first, before we even get into it, okay? I want from you 3 predictions. Just put the titles of the games in your chat message. It could be Wolverine, Concord 2, and Bloodborne 7. Just put the names of those, because then we can go back and look through the messages and see who was on it, okay? And make fun of the people who were wrong, which is normal. That's what you do, right? I'll let you guys fill that in while we're here. So Hob, real quick, thank you for the 5. State of Play, Bingo, Wolverine, God of War, Saros, RE9, Stellar Blade DLC, Valor Mortis, Tides of Annihilation, Phantom Blade 0, and COD, Black Ops 7. I'm trying to think if there's any of those I disagree with. I mean, God of War, to be specific, the 2.5D spin-off game. I think that's probably what you mean. But yeah, I think Wolverine, God of War spin-off, Saros, we might see Saros. Saros, I could see maybe they save for like the Game Awards. I could totally see that. RE9, same thing. We could see that postponed for the Game Awards, but maybe there's like a little trailer or gameplay reveal or something. Stellar Blade DLC, they already suggested that a couple of times on their Twitter account, so 1000% that shows up. Valor Mortis, that's going to be there for sure, I think. Tides of Annihilation, I hope to hear something more as well. That would be really cool. Phantom Blade 0, I also think so, because we are supposed to get that, I think, this year, or was it delayed? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was delayed officially. I think a lot of us have been like, oh, it's probably getting delayed, but I don't know. So that could happen. Any other like out of left field things? There is an article that went up on Insider Gamer talking about how Marathon allegedly will not be featured at this show. They are rather probably going to push off until November. As you can see, Paul Tassi put this out on Forbes. This is where the article jump started from. And he said, sources with knowledge of the situation tell me that Marathon is not at the state of play. No release date, no nothing. Marathon is not about to be imminently discussed in some longer Bungie presentation after going dark. The earliest we'll see something more from Marathon is November, and that's a maybe right now. I know you all were dying to hear about it, but it looks like it's been delayed, probably more than it was initially delayed. Because effectively, like, we know that Sony was really not wanting to delay it at all, which was bizarre. But then they were granted a delay after the playtest, I think, was just not what they wanted. Player numbers fell off. Like, the discourse around the game is so terrible right now. So they were like, okay, we'll delay it. You'll hear more in the fall. November is like, I guess it's still technically fall, but it feels very, very late in fall. You know, I feel like right after Thanksgiving, we go into winter, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. Either way, they say that they're not saying anything until at least November, and that's a maybe. So they might even push it back even further, meaning that this could slip into later next year. Because the assumption was if they come back in November or October or something, that they come back, give a release date for February or March, and now it's looking like it could get booped even further back. So interesting. Saros was confirmed for around 5 minutes of gameplay. Ooh, I stand corrected. See, I keep myself in the dark, so I'm always surprised. Now, not so much. Thanks a lot, Jonah, but thank you for the super chat, and thank you for letting us know. RPG Veteran, thank you for the 5 as well. Wasn't going to buy Silent Hill F, but Luke said he was having fun, so I pre-ordered it. Maybe just me following rituals. I am having fun with it, dude. I'm having fun. And I appreciate that the puzzles are not just like spoon-fed to you. Nowadays, so many puzzles in games are just like, oh, you can see where the water needs to go in the pipes. And I see I just have to turn 2 wheels to the left. Boop, boop, puzzle solved. Like, it wasn't a puzzle. It was just tedious, you know? These are actual puzzles. You have to think about them. It's the same reason I liked, Hell Is Us. Hell Is Us had really good puzzles as well. Yeah. Yeah, Atreus. Oh, I think that lever would be useful. Or, hey, what if you shot your frozen arrows at that thing right there and then the water would spill? It's like, Atreus, calm down. Calm down. Oh, Atreus. Oh, Atreus. Dragon Killer, thank you for the sub, by the way. If I don't get any Wolverine news, I will be sad, and the state of play will be an F for me. A Silent Hill F, I bet. Yeah, I think we probably see something. it's been rumored so much. There was the leaks from like a month ago that the trailer was done. So I think we see it. I think we see it. So Hob, thank you for the 2. Hades 2 for Game of the Year. Yeah, I did see the reviews are very, very, very good for Hades 2, which is awesome to see because I love Hades 1. So very interesting. Very interesting. I'm excited to jump into it. As for Game of the Year, I genuinely don't know how it's going to break down. One thing that can happen, like one of the top rated games, Metacritic. It wasn't even in the freaking search field. One of the top rated games that very few people have played, which is heartbreaking, was is this it? No, this isn't it. I can't remember what it was. I can't find it. But basically, like, niche games can often have really high review scores because the people who are being tasked with reviewing it are big fans of that niche. So you can end up with games that have really high Metacritic scores, but they're played by very few people compared to some of the other games that are reviewed by massive numbers of people, or played by massive numbers of people. So and because of how the selection process works at the Game Awards, if a game is more niche, it is at a massive disadvantage compared to some other games that are more popular, because how it works is basically a bajillion different outlets get sent like a flyer. Basically, it's like a form online, and they are asked with ranking like their top 3 games of the year. And so then they put in the top 3 games that they played that they liked the most. So by like design, it's built to promote games that are more popular, that more people have played, because then those people are more likely to put it on their list and get more votes. So even if a game is like a 10 out of 10 or an 11 out of 10, but it's very niche to the point where only a kind of small sliver of those people voting on the nominees gets to play it, it's not going to compete with the bigger stuff that might not be as good as that, you know, as masterful as that, just simply because they're played by more people, you know? It's the same reason why, like, Blueprints, I don't think Blueprints is a lock for Game of the Year despite having an amazing Metacritic.
Velvet
You know?
Patterns donated 10 euros through Super Chat. TLOU Collection Remaster. Abby will have a new Bloodborne shirt unlockable. But for my serious predictions, I'll say a Spider-Man Remastered Collection in Ananta, since that's their anime GTA 6.
I mean, as much as I want to think it's silly that they're just going to do a big Spider-Man collection, I could totally see them doing that. Hopefully they also have Wolverine, but I could totally see them doing that, where they put like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2 into one app package or something, and it's the full collection or something. I could see them do that for Spider-Man. Naughty Dog, though, there's been a lot of people are expecting Intergalactic to be here. I don't know if it is, but I would love to see a gameplay trailer or something, just a little bit more. Be so nice. Be so nice. And honestly, like, Neil has been going out doing a lot of press recently, like interviews. He just did that one interview. It was with like Variety, Vanity Fair, something like that. He did an interview with them. He did that little mini documentary series with Sony. Like, it makes me wonder if there's something going on. Maybe a New Horizon thing. It's possible. It's like Jor has said. Jor's like, they have to at some point put out something for the Horizon multiplayer game, because they've been working on that for like 6 years or something stupid like that, and it's the whole studio. Like, that Horizon Online game will far and away be the most expensive project they have ever made. It's not even close. So that needs to perform, and it's running out of time. Like, at some point you got to put it out, you know? You got to put it out. Why is everyone sleeping on KCD2 for Game of the Year? I don't think people are sleeping on it. If people are, then that's a mistake. You should not sleep on it. I think also one of the things I didn't anticipate to be as big of a talking point in the industry by the end of this year, but that definitely is performance. Like, in an age where some of the biggest games of the year are launching terribly optimized. KCD 2 is kind of like a diamond in the rough. One of those games that's really well optimized, runs on very old, weak hardware, and it's also a phenomenal game. And that's not something you can say about everything. Like, rewind the clocks a year to this point in time, a year ago, everybody was assuming Monster Hunter Wilds was lock in for like one of the top 2 games of the year. Now it's largely been cast aside and people aren't talking about it. For one, lacking in content, but 2, it's not, doesn't run great. Never did. But yeah, KCD 2, I think, going back to the niche point, just like you're bringing up now, I think you're right. It is more niche. It's way less niche than the first game was, but it's more niche than like maybe even Expedition. I mean, a lot of people played Expedition, partially because it was cheaper and also because it's phenomenal. But yeah. Either way, it's going to be a year where honestly, any one of like 4 games could win, and I'd be like, fair. I wouldn't even be upset about it. Like, if Expedition wins, KCD wins, like Silk Song, Hades 2, it seems. I haven't played Hades 2, but you know, we'll get there eventually. If any of one of these games win, I'm gonna be like, yep, fair. You know, it's just been a great year. It's been a great year. Oh.
Neurotic
Thank you.
donated $10 through Super Chat. If it wasn't for Expedition, Chronos would have been my goatee. Such an underrated game.
I mean, it's good to hear that you're liking Chronos. It's funny. I just was talking to a buddy of mine like just a little while before stream started, and he was telling me that he's reached a point, no spoilers, but he's reached a point in Chronos where his game just constantly crashes. Like the camera kind of swoops in towards the helmet and then it crashes. He's like, I have reinstalled it. I have fully deleted everything, reinstalled it, verified files. I've updated drivers. I've rolled back drivers. What is happening? I told him to just try turning off and uninstalling MSI Afterburner, because I've had that problem in Unreal Engine games recently. But yeah, some people had problems with Chronos. It's weird. It's weird. But the other thing is just to remember with all these Game of the Year discussions is that people are going to be like, what about this game for Game of the Year? And it's probably their favorite game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to win across the board. Because remember, love it or hate it, to win Game of the Year at the Game Awards, you kind of need mass market appeal, like I described, because everything is based on getting the most number of votes. So kind of by design, it's going to appeal to games that more people played. So even if there's an amazing, very niche puzzle game or something, it still is probably not going to compete anywhere near on the level of like a really, really popular PlayStation AAA game, you know? It's just different. It's just different. What am I drinking? These are Zevias. They're very good 0-calorie sodas, flavored or sweetened rather with stevia. And they're very good. Very good. All this discussion and Death Stranding 2 is gonna win. Not just if that is the case, I will roll my eyes, because Death Stranding 2 is not bad. It is in many ways, I think, maybe not perfection, but it is a real refinement of the first game's formula. My problem though is that, like, people complain that the first game was a UPS delivery man simulator. The second game is kind of a UPS or FedEx truck driving simulator. Like, I think so many of the missions are so overly tied to quantity of packages instead of the quality of the package. Basically, there's an over-reliance on trucks and vehicles. And that's what kind of makes me lose it. My favorite part of the first game is hiking through the mountains and like hiking. It's walking with the music playing through this big open expanse. I love that. I found it very relaxing. The second game, I think, has too many missions that rely on vehicles, and driving with the little, I just don't find that as relaxing. Yeah, but Death Stranding 2 has feet, Luke. It does. It does. I like your profile picture, by the way, Sneaky Pickle. But yeah. I really want Fizzin to be good, but I can't get into Death Stranding playing Snake Eater right now instead. Oh, I get that, Jacob. What do you guys think of this? Let me show you this. News, Did you guys see this already? Excuse me. Real quick, let me blast through these super fast. Any news on From Software unannounced release next year? Nothing yet. I'm braced for it to just be something much smaller. It might be like a a Dark Souls 3 remake or remaster, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. It might be like an Armored Core 6 massive expansion or something. But I don't expect it to be like Elden Ring 2. It's nothing like that. It's not being headed up by Hidetaka Miyazaki as far as we're aware. It's being headed up by one of his producers and one of his like right-hand men. So just a different thing. Eric, thank you for the membership. Truck Lover, thank you for the membership. Samuel, thank you for that. Are you predicting Horizon Live Service announcements or no? We might get a trailer. We might. I think it probably would have leaked by now. So I might wait for that till next spring. That they don't show the Horizon game until next spring. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Vinny, thank you for the 2. Think we get a Wolverine trailer and release window? Yes, that's what I'm feeling. Creek Zeus, thank you for the 2. Concord re-release for Game of the Year. Dude, I'd play it. I think that'd be funny just for the memes if they re-released it. Not gonna happen though. Whole studio is gone. Everybody was fired, but still we can dream. Cam Plays, thank you for the 5. Do you think Spider-Man 2 could ever get a director's cut to fix the Rush ending? No, I don't think it's worth the time or money for them, so I don't think they'd bother with it. I just don't see it. I think they're so balls deep in everything else they have to do that they can't swing that. Personally, that's my opinion. Allegedly. The Boost, thank you also for the sub with Prime. Thank you. Also, yeah, we're gonna look at OD, but you also said Nate the Hate posted his list. Yes, Nate the Hate has a long track record of accurate leaks and stuff. He said not leaks list. These are just predictions. This is not leaks, but his prediction. 2D God of War, Wolverine, Saros, Horizon Online. He thinks it will be there. A new Nier game. Ooh, Square Enix surprise. I wonder what that could be. Flight Simulator going to PlayStation. Halloween, Code Vein 2, Battlefield 6, RPG Project C4, Crimson Desert. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about Crimson Desert. Yeah, that's probably going to be here as well. Silent Hill 2 DLC. Ooh, an RE9 Leon trailer. Honestly, I could see a lot of those happening. I still think Horizon Online, they might wait, but I could see that. Let's look at this real quick, though. News of it. This just dropped yesterday, and I got music playing. Hold on. It's from the PlayStation. State of Play about to happen. I'll mute that. But Kojima dropped OD Knock teaser. Little breakdown, apparently, of how this is going to work, allegedly, is that he is going to have a sort of series of... What do you mean AI features in MS Paint? It's MS Paint. How dare you? But basically, OD is going to be like a platform sort of thing. It's going to be the name of the anthology series, if you want to think of it like that. And then underneath it, he's going to have different directors creating different things for it. So he's going to have his, which is called Knock, which is what we're about to watch the trailer for. But then like, crap, what's his name? The guy from... Jordan Peele. He's going to have him go and do his own thing. And I forgot what he said that one might be, but it might be like Cranjus McBasketball, Cranjus. That might be his, you know. So he's going to break it all down, but each one can have a different focus and a different priority, allegedly. But let's look at this, because this is what he put out. Jordan Peele. There we go. James Franklin. Knock, paper, and scissors. That would be a very Kojima way of doing it. sound design is phenomenal. For all players and screamers. So, couple of interesting things to notice at the back end. Giggity. For one, the intonation or insinuation for all players and screamers, that jives with Xbox's marketing plans as well, where it's play anywhere, play everywhere. All gamers, meet them where they are. So that is reasonable to conclude from there. It's also, interestingly enough, as far as I'm aware, the first Kojima Productions project that is not using the Decima engine. It's using Unreal. So they are moving away, at least for this project, from the Guerrilla Games engine that they used for Death Stranding. Now, important thing. This very well could be a licensing thing. It could be that when they were given access to the Decima engine, there was some sort of agreement where they were like, you can't sell the engine to people, duh. And you also can't use it for games not exclusive or not launching on PlayStation day one or something like that. I mean, there could be some marketing agreement. So maybe this is an Xbox deal. Maybe this is something where they requested that they use it. I don't know. But you also see them put MetaHuman on it as well. So it very well could be that they just thought for this particular project, using Unreal Engine would be preferable. Could be superior. I also find it interesting that they specifically have Unreal Engine listed instead of UE5. A lot of games will put, just the Unreal logo, or they'll say Unreal Engine 5, but in this case, it's just Unreal Engine. Could be that they're anticipating using Unreal Engine 6 or something, or maybe Epic is moving towards just a more general marketing approach where it's like, it's Unreal Engine. It's not specific anymore. This actress is phenomenal. Of course, I mainly recognize her from It. She was in It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. Played Beverly and was phenomenal in those movies. And I'm sure she's done a lot of other stuff as well. But now, heading up this project, and I mean, so good. So good. So good. I will say that a lot of these little tidbits are very PT coded. Not just like the design of the room and the presentation of it, but also like the random pictures of eyeballs. That's a very, very PT thing that Kojima did back in the day. I want to know why this chair is just shoved up against the wall, though. That's what I'm wondering. Like, what is it doing there? This chair is shoved this way, looking at the door. Like, I think this makes sense. Oh, she sits there watching the door for the monster that's creeping in. Interesting. Oh, she was in the D&D movie as well. You're right. But like this one, It's just at the corner of the wall. It's such an awkward place to put the chair. I'm sure it's intentional. I just want to know why. Oh, it's for her streaming so she can do reaction content. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, the fidelity of the animations is ridiculous. I mean, what struck me was these little, watch her fingers adjust around the box. Like, that is such a fine detail that they've fully captured here. It's really incredible. It really is incredible. And when she lights the next match, she strikes it once and it doesn't ignite. So then she goes to strike it again and then it ignites. And it's just a little bitty detail. But it's these little imperfections, these little details, 1, 2, that make it feel real and that actually elevate it like beyond just a simple cutscene. I also noticed here, I'm guessing these are for a puzzle in this room. Did you see what I saw? He's got things written on the back side of these cards. 6 and 1, like what's he trying to tell us? He's 61 years old. He's come up with a new sex position to replace 69ing. I don't know. It's Kojima. Anything's possible. 6, 7. How dare you? Get out. Banned. How dare you? How dare you? So, I mean, I think it looks tremendous. This is where I feel Kojima's at his best, is with just total insanity. And just big ideas and wacky stuff. This is what I think Kojima really excels at. I'm on the record for years saying I think Kojima has a lot of strengths. He does also have weaknesses, though. He writes dialogue like an alien trying to imitate humans. I'm sorry, he just does, okay? He doesn't know how human beings talk to each other. And so the dialogue is always really stilted in the Death Stranding games, especially. It's really, really weird and it doesn't flow properly. But when he's making like a horror game that is just pure insanity, he can do whatever he wants and it works. And this is where he's at his best. Like this is, I love this. I love this. And the presentation, without a doubt, is top notch. Like you can see as she's standing, just like watch her eyes. I'm not joking when I say that the tear wells up in her eye. It starts small, but it continues to well up as the monster gets closer to her before it falls and trickles down her cheek. Like, it's absolutely incredible. This is one of those things that feels next generation. This actually feels like it. Now, we don't know exactly what the technical side of this is. It could just be a fully cinematic trailer and it's nothing in this is actually reflective of what we'll actually get. There were a couple of little tidbits that made me think it was in engine as opposed to being fully like pre-rendered or something fully cinematic. Like specifically up here at the top, you can see some little artifacting that is something you see in Unreal Engine games with some noise. See right there? See the kind of flickering noise? That's something you can sometimes see. Oh, I see. And I think it's often like an upscaling artifact. So it makes me wonder what exactly this is and how it's running. But it made me think it's not just a purely cinematic pre-rendered in like, what do they call there's a name for the CGI software they use. I think it's called Nuke. I think that's what they use in Hollywood. It's mostly a program called Nuke. I don't think that's what this is. I think this is running in engine somehow. He said it was in engine on stage. Boom. Boom. I'm a genius. A genius with 13 minutes to kill. But overall, I think it looks very, very impressive. Of course, they also revealed the Fizzant stuff. Less to talk about there. Not as much to go through. But that also is interesting. So, thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, Kojima. Keep it freaky. I want to talk about this, though, too, real quick. New segment. Well, everybody, a gameplay trailer for Pragmata launched, and I mean, I think a lot of people have met it with some surprised reactions. I tried to tell a lot of people what it was like, but I mean, you can kind of get a feel for it. This isn't what people were expecting when they saw the first trailer. Like even the people who made it, the game are like, WTF is going on? Like, let me just show you. Okay, you make up your own mind. Make up your own mind. Let's see. Okay.
The shelter. Looks like we got some backup power here.
Now, maybe we can upgrade our stuff.
Worth a shot. We gotta get going.
Ready when you are. Starting hack.
One of the other top comments is people asking if there's going to be a toggle to turn off her voice.
This freaking thing is tough as hell.
We can use this to hit harder and beat things faster.
Yeah.
We did it! Something's aiming at us.
Yeah, thanks. I could see that.
Not bad. Leave the shooting to me.
Leave the shooting to
That was
me.
easy. Guess it's my turn.
Missile spotted. Right back at ya.
Good job, kid. Now it's my turn.
Now it's my turn. I'm the superhero. Wait, just wait. Here we go. Okay.
Blue, Hugh.
Get some.
Oh my god.
Hacking.
You're going down.
Who told them this dialogue was a good idea, man?
Look out.
Look out, I am shooting now. Ka-chow.
Right on.
Right on.
This.
How'd you like this? Bing, bang, boom.
Got it.
Kersplunk. Okay. So I'm not saying anything. Obviously, I kind of let it slip what I feel like, but what's your reaction to that? Luke, stop. You're making it better. Don't you dare. Stop. PS3 era vibes. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I could totally see that. Wrong kind of Kojima inspiration. I like it. Okay, good. Pass G-rated Duke Nukem. Dude, that weirdly is that's kind of accurate. G-rated Duke Nukem. An IGN game. That's funny because one of the only people I heard that said overwhelmingly positive things about Pragmata after the Summer Games Fest preview was an employee at IGN. So that's funny that you say that, because it kind of is. Just to be clear, what they're showing you are crafted enhancements, and you see these little like shield things. So what these are, she sucks on the cartridge and then gets access to it. And then when you hack people or robots, this is what shows up. So you start in one spot and you have to basically connect as many of these things as you can. If you connect the yellow, which you just unlocked, it'll lower their shields for longer. You connect through these, it'll power up the break of the shields, and that is the only way to deal damage. So for every single enemy in the game, you need to break them and open up their shield by doing this minigame, okay? For every single one. And as you can see, you can get pretty good at it. How it works is you hold down left trigger and then you use the square, triangle, circle, X buttons, and then you navigate that little menu with it. And there's some tools and things that can slow down enemies as they're like rushing you while you're hacking them to make it a little bit easier. But this is the gameplay, is that you do this mini game for every single enemy, Eventually there's upgrades to hack multiple enemies at once, but like this is how it works. And you do this every single time. Now, initially I was like, this is kind of cool. I like it. And then 5 minutes passed and I was like, okay, is there more to this? They're like, yes, the grid gets bigger. So it starts at the beginning of the game like 3x3. By the end of the demo that I played at Summer Games Fest, the grid was about this size with like 5x5. Like, it's a cool gimmick, but I honestly don't think this holds up over the course of like a 20-hour game. I just don't see it. Like, so it's probably not 20, it's maybe 10 hours. Still, dude, like think of any other game you've played. Every time you see an enemy, you'd have to do this mini game 3, 4, 5, 6 times during a single combat encounter, because the more difficult they are, they like re-shield and you have to break them again, right? So you're just constantly doing it, constantly redoing it, you know? So I think there's that. There's the other obvious consideration, which is that they have this weird obsession with like dialogue constantly, and I'm guessing that's their way of trying to get you to bond with her as an android that's helping you. But I find it kind of annoying personally. Like as I said, a lot of people are asking, like one of the top questions about this gameplay after it was dropped was, can I turn it off? Which is not what you want, you know? So I'm guessing this is probably one of those games, like you guys are saying in chat, it's probably one of those like C games. Like it's a C-, C+, something like that. It's pretty good, or even good. You know, there's some fun ideas there, but it's nothing that's gonna like blow your mind or reinvent the wheel. My primary concern after playing it myself and then seeing more and more about it as time has gone on is that I just think it's going to get super repetitive. Like, I haven't really seen a lot of variety when it comes to enemies. There are some things like the decoy that he just threw down. That's kind of a fun idea. But because you have to hack into the enemies to deal any damage every single time, they can't really throw like 30 enemies on screen at once. So they have to do every encounter in smaller batches of like 2 or 3 enemies at a time. And that just means that things are going to be much more stilted and slow, and it's just going to be like, move here, fight 3 more, move here, fight 3 more, move here, fight 2 more, and it's just going to really slow things down, I think. So I don't know. We'll see if they can show more that gets me excited. But this is a game that was in development hell for years and years, and it was originally revealed back in 2020 actually, and then it was supposed to release in like 2022, then it was delayed to 2023, and then it was delayed indefinitely, and it disappeared for a while, and then it finally showed up again, and it was like, oh no, we actually are releasing now. What did Neil Druckmann just post?
It could be a little scary, but also very exciting. As a director on a project like The Last of Us, you're bringing in other collaborators. You have to give them room to experiment and do things you might not have thought of before.
Why did he post that? Probably because he just wanted to share it, and that's it. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to signal something. No, probably not. Does Neil have a lot more money than me, Luke? Well, it's funny that you ask that, because the answer may surprise you. The answer may indeed surprise you.
Neil has a lot more money than you. He's better than us. We're poor.
It's true. It's true. Dude, I know it's confusing. I legitimately have no problem with him having a very expensive watch. I think that's baller. I wish I had it. People are like, you're just jealous. Yeah, I am. I wish I had a $70,000 watch. Being able to just buy a healthy salary, but spend that on a watch, that's baller, dude. That's baller. My point is, I just get to point it out and joke about it and bring it up, you know? Them's the rules. And then one day, if I ever have a watch like that, you get to make fun of me for it and bring it up, you know? That's how it goes. Yeah. Now Luke has a yacht and a vineyard. Oh, the vineyard. I was confused which one you were talking about. You'll have to be more specific. You think I have just one? It reminds me, there was a story of Johnny Depp. He was in an interview, maybe it was even a deposition or something. Johnny Deposition. But he was being asked, they're like, Mr. Depp, is it true that you spend $30,000 a month on wine? And Mr. Depp looks offended. He's like, what? You think I spend $30,000 a month on wine? How dare you? It is far more. It's like, okay, fair. Yeah, it's a mega pint. Yeah, exactly. I had to pour myself a mega pint of wine. One day I'll have a mega pint. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. One day it'll happen. Mr. Me, this in this industry just made me realize how good books are. Books are great because your imagination does a lot of the heavy lifting, I'll tell you what. With GTA 6 coming Q1 of 26, do you think games anticipated for early 26 or mid 26 should still try to compete, or when would be a good time? They're just going to come out like a month before, give it a little breathing room and call it good. I think that's how you do it. Chalky, thank you for the sub, by the way. I'm going to put notifications on mute just so your lovely messages don't interrupt anything as we go through. I'm also going to hide chat because last time we had people trying to put naughty words on screen while we were streaming the event. So nice try. Nice try. Okay. 23 seconds. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Okay. Okay. So I'm just telling you, stop giving me money. Stop giving me. You can give me money later, but not right now. Okay. Okay. So no balls. Yeah, exactly. Okay, everybody. News segment. It's happening. State of play. Here we are. It's going to be roughly 35 minutes, they said. 35 minutes. Okay. Mature content. Saros first. What the hell?
Every time the sun dies, time stretches and tears.
Scan for Soltari signals.
Oh, right
Signal
into
corrupted.
gameplay, dude.
Approximating.
Oh, I see an improved
Is that
minimap.
the thing from the ridge?
Confirmed.
You better stay out of my way.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director at Housemarque. Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraj's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa.
Particle effects, yes.
Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari Shield. By holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
I will use that a lot. Dude.
By absorbing projectiles, you can now hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
Soltari holocache detected.
Mark it on the map.
Here is a Soltari hololog, where you can learn more about lost Carcosa.
I'll try to forget.
Hold on for me. I will find you. I promise.
Oh! Jesus.
This is Second Chance, where you can be revived on first death to get straight back into the action. Second Chance is part of our permanent progression systems, which means you will always come back stronger.
So you have to specifically gain that upgrade to use it. Those better not be eggs. Okay, I think they're just rocks. Oh!
The sun is forever.
We hope you loved that first look at gameplay. We're looking forward to revealing more on our mysterious and moving story and our amazing ensemble cast of NPCs in the coming months. Next year is when you'll be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working on Saros.
Saros. Oh! Dude, it looks way more intense than Returnal. Maybe that's just me, but this is crazy. Did you see that? Golly. Yeah, it looks like they just took the dials and cranked it. March 20th, dude. Okay. For a second, my brain went May 20th. What are you doing? But March? Okay. 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 I think that can work. I like how they're showing us when the broadcast is as if we're not already watching it. Oh, yeah. The new game from
you actually want to deploy her?
Zome.
You cannot be serious.
I did not have this on my
Cascade
list.
is one of our most highly trained operants.
She's been shelved for 5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
She won't have to do it alone. Her old squad is still out there.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Probably. But she can scrape what's left of them back together. Lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
We'll do what we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment. And her methods are so unhinged.
But they get results, no?
Long-range missiles get results.
Show a little faith. We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Nate the Hate was right. Flight Simulator is coming to PlayStation. I love me some Flight Sim. I'm gonna be real. I love it. Am I weird? My wife says I'm weird for this. Whenever I'm about to travel somewhere, like on a trip, I go into Microsoft Flight Sim and then I fly around that place to get a feel for it. Is that weird? I think that's normal. I think that's kind of cool. Like I was headed to Copenhagen. So I like load into Microsoft Flight Sim with like a helicopter and I flew around Copenhagen. And like same thing when I went to Prague. I wanted to see what Prague was like, you know, like seems resourceful to me, but my wife's like, that's weird. December 8th. Okay, welcome to the family. Flight Sim's awesome. Yeah, see, I think it's normal. Okay, you guys make me feel better. Oh, and they're bringing VR support later.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2, east side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3, west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute.
What is this,
3,
Redfall 2?
2, 1. Execute.
Ah, Battlefield.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled.
What did you just say about Battlefield? How dare you?
Gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock? Hoorah!
Hoorah!
We're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Oh, buddy!
Stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up!
Hold on!
Dude.
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
They blew
That is
the whole
not
building.
the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Dude. That's worth getting hyped about. Did you see the like fake reactions to the other like COD stuff?
Sean
Not even
and I
close.
are back to share news and release dates for games coming to PS5.
Okay.
But first, thanks to EA and Battlefield Studios for that new look at the single-player campaign for Battlefield 6.
Yeah.
It launches October 10th.
She has a
on
great
PS5.
presenting voice.
Now, let's celebrate one of my favorite games of all time, which is marking its 25th anniversary this year.
Oh.
Deus Ex returns. This PS5 remaster is a collaboration between Eidos Montreal and Aspyr, the studio behind remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
It's on its way back to the people, and you can't do a damn thing about it.
You play as J.C. Denton,
Don't tell me you're going to wear
an augmented operative working to uncover the truth.
Vision is augmented.
This new version adds enhanced visuals, overhauled controls, and support for key PS5 features like haptic feedback.
Oh, that's baller. New controls
Deus
helps
Ex
a lot.
influenced a generation of RPGs with its emphasis on choice and consequence. No two playthroughs unfold the same. Deus Ex Remastered arrives on PS5 early next year.
Sweet.
It's almost Halloween, and you know what they say, everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Dude, I think this was a Nate the Hate thing again.
Death comes to Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to the John Carpenter classic. The team at IllFonic invites players to an asymmetrical horror sandbox where you can play as a civilian survivor or Michael Myers himself. In each game, it's up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk or to hunt them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move around the map unseen and pop out where you'd least expect him. Playing as a civilian, it's up to you to lead townsfolk to safety, find a phone, and call the police for help. Civilians can also scavenge for gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths with the unstoppable Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or protect his victims when Halloween the Game launches on September 8th, 2026.
Dude, they're announcing it a year early?
Two big announcements from 11th Hour Games.
That's crazy.
First, their hit action RPG Last Epoch is in development for a PS5. This celebrated dungeon crawler is known for its extensive skill customization, deep and rewarding loot system, and massive time-traveling world. You'll battle through the past, taking down gods and toppling cursed empires to save the world from its ruined future. As for that second announcement, Last Epoch's first major expansion, Orobis, will arrive at the same time as the upcoming PS5 release. The Seven Deadly Sins Origin is an open-world RPG based on the beloved Japanese series, offering a vast single-player campaign and multiplayer areas where cooperation and exploration go hand in hand. Follow in the footsteps of Tristan, the Prince of Britannia, and play an original story you can experience only in the game. Capture creatures.
There you go. I still can't get over how they revealed the Halloween game. He says like, oh, we're about to hit the spooky time. And they're like, yeah, next year. I was ready for them to be like, it's out next week.
Or step beyond the open world to tackle dungeons with a team of up to 4 other players. In a multiverse that transcends time and space, original heroes join forces with beloved characters from the series to embark on a grand adventure.
I kind of run like that guy on the left. I don't know if you saw that, but...
Venture out alone or with friends when the Seven Deadly Sins Origin arrives on January 28th.
Two iconic characters finally meet in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, launching on PS5 tomorrow. Mega Man and his trusty vehicle, the Rush Roadster, join the lineup as part of the Mega Man DLC pack that arrives early next year. But they're not alone.
I genuinely have no idea. Do these games sell well? I see them and they seem like games you would get to play like on a GameCube built into McDonald's. You remember growing up and they had the GameCubes in McDonald's in the like Play Center? And it was like the one cool thing you could go to. These seems like the games that you would play at McDonald's waiting for your chicken nuggies.
Part of the Season Pass and Digital Deluxe Edition.
Probably
Early
like
unlock
fun.
period is already underway, so Digital Deluxe Edition owners can get into Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games, including a release date for Neo 3.
Koei Tecmo, okay. Let's see.
It is I who will be Shogun.
Kurimatsu, why?
Professor
You never
Team Ninja.
understand what it means.
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Hiroko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
The light of hope lies unseen at the end of time. Go now!
You wish to become Shogun that badly?
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
Takachio!
Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both!
Strength alone is not enough to end this war!
Neo 3. Coming out early February too, dude. A lot of games are starting to stack up in the first few months. Let's try to stay away from GTA. Get in there in like January, February, March.
えいたそう俺が最強である証明してくれるわ
Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Okay. It's okay, guys. They're getting the remasters out of the way. And the horror games from next year out of the way.
Another world snuffed.
I don't want to hear it. I know what you guys just saw. Keep it together. I don't want to hear any uppies. I don't want to hear any of that.
Our focus.
I like the one comment that's just nice.
To save this world, our current world.
Need I remind you that tampering with history.
This is why I hit the chat. Okay. Oh, buddy.
It's time I faced my past. Let's go.
Today, you'll pay your dues!
What a boss fight. Code Vein 2, January 30th. Dude, all of these are sounding, except for Halloween. It sounds like they're all trying to stack up in the first chunk of next year. That's crazy.
Back in June, we debuted Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, right here on State of Play.
Today, we're joined by the game's director, followed by news from other special guests who are joining us just as Tokyo Game Show kicks off in Japan.
皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジータクティクスイバリースクロニクルズのディレクター前広です。プレイステーションで発売したオリジナルのファイナルファンタジータクティクスから30年近く経った今でも多くの方がこのタイトルをお気に入りの一本として挙げてくださっており、オリジナルスタッフの一人として大変嬉しく思っています。今回イバリースクロニクルズという新しい形で再び皆様にお届けできることに我々もワクワクしています。フルボイスや難易度調整などファンの方はもちろんこれまで遊んだことがないプレイヤーの方にも快適に遊んでいただけるように
It is cool they got one of the original guys to come back for it.
Do not feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
どなたでも楽しんでいただける内容となっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでみてください。それでは発売をお楽しみに。
September 30th. You got 1 week.
Now then, shall we play?
先輩アンクルさん、いよいよ発表できる時が来ました。はい。タイトル名はレッド・イット・ダイ・インフェルノです。
なるほど。ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正統後継作品ってことですね。
はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に PVPVE の仕組みを取り入れたいわばエクストラクションアクションゲームとなっています。プレイヤーは地獄門と呼ばれる巨大な穴を探索するレイダーとなり、たくさんの恐ろしい怪物や他のプレイヤーのレイダーたちが入り乱れているフィールドを探索し、踏破を目指します。
今度は地獄なんですね。
はい。探索で手に入れたアイテムを持ち帰るため無事生還したいところですが、死亡すると全てロストしてしまいます。
So it's another extraction
だけで
game.
はなくキャラクターのボディすらロストします。
相変わらず理不尽だね。
はい。 レイダーたちは探索とボディの入れ替えを何度も何度も繰り返し、一番強い自分を作り上げてどこまで潜れるかを競うのが
Dude, this just reiterates for me like the whole thing where it's like Sony executives think that extraction shooters are going to be the next like battle royale, so they keep spending money on them. But I just don't see it, man. 10 minutes left, you're right. Shueisha Games, okay. Well, they're gonna have something to finish it out with. But yeah, this is why I was telling people, like, don't get your hopes up for Bloodborne 2. You know, like at this point I'm like, Wolverine, I'm still feeling pretty good about that. Horizon, like I said, I think we don't see till early next year. And then Intergalactic, I think we also don't see, but I like the art style. It's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. It's like a bunch of pages laid out. Oh, and the page fell? Dude. That's genuinely really cool. Wow. Wow.
Descoax ディレクターの藤井智です。集英社ゲームズプロデューサーの山本です。完全新作クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンド、世界初公開映像いかがでしたでしょうか。本作は洋館を訪れた編集者が終わらない物語が描かれた原稿用紙にとらわれてしまい、ここから脱出をするという探索型 2D アクションアドベンチャーゲームとなります。手書きのペン画というアートスタイルをベースに奥の深いダークファンタジーとして皆さんにお届けできる予定です。終わらない物語がテーマですが、開発はしっかりと終わらせます。クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンドは2026年発売予定です。さらなる続報をお楽しみに。
Yeah, that's really cool. Very unique. I've been playing these. This, yeah, Zaum's game looks baller.
Today,
Crimson
a
Desert.
new chapter in this land's history shall be written.
Yeah, buddy.
By our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to prey on the weak. Beasts who think themselves men. That is what it means to be a Greymane. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one.
We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your hour.
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
March 19th. Lock it in. Dude, March is gonna be crazy. Desktop speakers. I will say, Sony does make pretty good speakers. They do make pretty good speakers. I don't know how good these are gonna be, but they're usually pretty good with sound. Never ever use that. Like, seriously, the idea of using AI noise reduction and stuff in desktop speakers gives me an aneurysm. Don't ever do that. It's a great way to ruin the quality of your audio. That's cool. They pair with that. That's fun. You can drive your wife crazy. Having them be portable and like removable is also very interesting. So they make it so you can take them off the charging pads. I wonder how often you would even do that.
Hi everyone, I'm Brett Elston.
And I'm Kristen Zatani.
That was your first look at the Pulse Elevate wireless speakers, which bring the PlayStation audio and chat experience to your desktop with planar magnetic drivers and PlayStation Link wireless technology. Visit PlayStation blog for even more details.
Now, let's check in on what's next for PlayStation Plus. Up first is the October monthly games lineup. The creepy and captivating Alan Wake 2 arrives just in time for spooky season, with Goat Simulator 3 and Cocoon rounding out the list. These all arrive for PlayStation Plus Essential members on October 7th.
Sweet. Everyone should play Alan Wake. Do that.
Remember me? Yeah. You remember me.
I swear to God, if it's the last
this
remastered.
Friday, September 26th. As
Okay.
part of Naughty Dog and PlayStation's annual celebration of this beloved series, we are thrilled to confirm the addition of The Last of Us Part 2 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
We don't let anybody stop
Oh, yeah.
us.
Come out and fight! For PS5 members, this includes The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, the definitive way to experience Ellie and Abby's story alongside...
I honestly did not realize it wasn't already on there. I thought it was already on there, but okay, cool. I was like, if they're doing a remaster of a
PlayStation
remaster,
Plus Classics
I'm
catalog
gonna
is
scream.
extra exciting for fans of fighting games and the number 3. Tekken 3 from the original PlayStation
Oh,
and
wow.
Soul Calibur 3 from the PS2 are coming to the service later this year.
That's fun.
Also arriving this year, another all-time classic from the PS2, Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Wow.
And up next, a special message from the creator behind one of PlayStation's most iconic franchises.
These trailers always have copyrighted music in them. I don't know why it's car stuff specifically. Cars and sports always have copyrighted stuff. Like every single time.
Yes.
I'm excited to share an update with you. Okay. As of June 25th, Gran Turismo series has officially surpassed 100 million units sold. That's crazy. Absolutely wild. Okay.
この1億本を超えるってすごいこと。
Million units is ridiculous. A new controller. God of War 20th Anniversary Edition controller. Okay. Now what about the game? Maybe. Maybe.
Fighting longer than I can remember.
Yeah, buddy! Ooh.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Oh!
But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
hero. I'm Wolverine.
I'm Marvel Wolverine. Oh, fall of next year. Pretty much in line with what we thought. It's more stylized than I thought it would be, but it looks good. Really, really gory. I appreciate it.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics? Yes. Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could turn on a dime and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know what Wolverine is, who he is. My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as it applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that? How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh the fans are going to be excited about?
It's the full package. It is a level of detail that we've never been able to do before.
You could see it in the trailer. You can see pores. You can see blood in between the little lines of his teeth. I love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able to bring that kind of fidelity to players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness, you'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop and you can see the breadth of Madripoor and Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game. Omega Red makes an appearance, Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure.
Another visual element of Marvel's Wolverine is the blood. The blood tech that was put into this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It looks fantastic.
Wolverine's combat, making that special, making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played, that's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's dynamic, it's rough-edged.
You notice it doesn't look like our past games. It has that sense of urgency and forward movement and rage and fury, and that's Wolverine.
One of the cool things about Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal, making games that are timeless.
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made. We're focused on making the best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
Oh, buddy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Real quick, if you want a free PS5, or a chance to get one, I should say, go to the link tree in the description. Enter the giveaway for this month. It's free to enter. At the end of the month, I pick a winner. You get a PS5 Pro. Why not? Do it. It's free. Do it, loser. No, this is international. Read subpoint, like rule number 16, if you want the full explanation. But international, you can enter as well. You sure can.
My fight will continue.
Booyah, dude. Booyah. Okay, so biggest things, of course, Wolverine looking really, really good. I'm glad to see that they are doubling down on it. It definitely is going to be very different from the previous games, and based on the leaks, I'm guessing it's going to be like a good bit shorter. I'm guessing it's probably one of those like maybe 10 to 15 hour games. That seems to be kind of the sweet spot of what they're looking to do recently. Chrono Script looked really good. I'm excited to see what Zaum is doing, because Disco Elysium was amazing, so that's going to be interesting. Other stuff like, you know, Saros also looks really good. It looks way more intense than Returnal did. Way more intense, which I mean, I'm here for it. I appreciate it. But way more intense than Returnal. Maybe I'm just used to Returnal, so it seems more intense than it actually is. But overall, I think a pretty solid show. And they said that they would share more in the spring. That to me makes me think that we are going to have a separate state of play, probably in like maybe March-ish, something like March or April. And we'll get a look at the God of War project, which might even shadow drop for all I know. But we'll finally get a look at that and go from there. As for specifics on Wolverine, I think what I'm trying to put my finger on, like what it is that makes it look different. And I think part of it is that they are doing, I think it's a sharpening filter, I think is what it is. This is also, it looks to be running at 30 frames. And basically what's happening, you can kind of see it if I zoom in here. When the second frame hits, the image resolves a little bit. So you can see these are two different frames. Motion's only 30 frames, but it's being exported and rendered at 60. And the second frame is resolving detail and shadows. And so I think it just makes it look kind of extra grainy. And I think that's what I'm seeing, because there's just something about it that comes off looking just a little crunchier. I don't know how to put it into words, but it just looks a little bit different. Like not necessarily bad. It's just, it makes it look more sharpened and stuff like that. Maybe it's also like a reduction in the motion blur. Because here you can see like his leg stays very, very sharp all the way through this movement while his arm is blurred. So I don't know what it is, but there's something. There's something. An IGN editor did it. Dude, it's funny you mention IGN, because just earlier today, I saved this, hold on. Just earlier today, one of you guys posted this. Oh no, did they delete it? I think they deleted it. Bummer. One of you guys posted a video on our Discord server, and it was IGN put up a video this morning, and it was so screwed up. It was like 20 seconds into the video, it just randomly froze, and then after that, like the audio just cut out halfway through the video. It's like, guys, IGN, you can't even put a video together. So they got bullied in the comments of that video, and they unlisted it, and it was funny. It was funny. As for the anti-spam, you guys are mentioning the anti-spam measures. If you're getting an anti-spam pop-up when you're trying to enter the giveaway, we've noticed problems with a lot of like browsers that have ad blockers or VPN stuff, because it's trying to prevent people from entering like 20 times, which has been a problem in other giveaways. So the easiest workaround is to just use your phone. Use your phone and use your phone's browser. And if you're still having problems, disconnect your Wi-Fi and just rely on cell service. That works wonders. But overall, I mean, I think to wrap all this up, I think it's looking, you know, Wolverine's looking really good. Again, I'm glad to see that they are not holding back, because I was like, if they try to do a PG-13 Wolverine, I'm out. Like, what are we doing? You can't do PG-13 Wolverine. It's Wolverine. You got to go crazy. And it seems like they really, really are. So I'm excited to see that. As for other stuff, I mean, I think the rest of the show was not bad. And it did have the one heavy hitter at the very end. As with all these games, especially with PS5 Pro stuff, I think it is over sharpened, or maybe it's a filter they're putting over it. Because like, look at the grain on top of the rooftops. I think this is a pisser issue. I think this is pisser tech freaking out. It's not, you're not gonna be able to see it with the stream like that. I think this is pisser tech being stupid. Because see, it's like even between frames, it's freaking out. Maybe it's like an encoding issue, because parts of the frame are sharp. These parts are sharp, and then these blur out. And then they sharpen on the second frame. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the deal is. How dare you disrespect Pisser? Yeah, dude. Pisser tech, man. It's just not great. It's just not great. But overall, I think it was a solid show. A couple things like I would have liked to have seen more of course. But overall, I think they did a good job, and I'm pretty happy to see it. And you know, they're keeping some stuff in their back pocket. So yeah. Overall, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm so ready for Crimson Desert. Me too, dude. I just hope it runs well. Like, I hope it runs well. I know it's probably not going to, but I really, really hope it runs well. We'll see. Less anime. Honestly, the thing with the anime games and the like, I don't know what you call them. There's like a specific name for them. I can't remember. But they're like anime-esque games. Those have a big audience in Japan, and it's often easy for us as Westerners. Most of my audience is in the Western hemisphere. Or Western, you know, countries. We can sometimes have a very much like all eyes on me. It's all me all the time. But these shows are also about appealing to the Japanese audience, which is a huge component of Sony's business. So it's not a shocker. It's not always about us, you know, just because they may be putting out a game that's not specifically targeting us doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. It's just not for us. And it's literally Tokyo Game Show, and they're doing Tokyo Game Show at the same time. And they're trying, a lot of the stuff they showed is also being shown at Tokyo Game Show, and they're doing previews and demos and stuff there. So yeah. Crimson Desert removed some of the excessive particle effects. Yeah, I think like if they can tone it down a little bit, it'll help it run way better. They just kind of dialed all of it up for some of those early trailers. And I'm like, guys, you can chill. You can chill. Most of us will try to turn those down anyways, because they're kind of flooding the screen. Oh yeah, Borderlands 4 on Switch 2 got delayed indefinitely. After seeing how it ran on high-end PCs, I was like, there's no way this runs well on a freaking Switch 2. Like, it was always ridiculous to think that was gonna get working. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up on these guys. Even though I said no, don't give me money, you guys, some of you still give me money. Let's see. Okay, Independent Obsidian Outlaw. Thank you for the 5. Wolverine's teaser schedule is so slow. I've grown adamantium claws waiting for it since 2021 for a 2026 release. Just give us something before we turn to dust. Well, my friend, you did get something. You did get something. Independent. Oh, I just read that one. Ways. Thank you for that one. Hopefully they show TMNT The Last Ronin. Sorry. Bender the Offender, thank you for the 10. It's pretty much a guarantee that most of these games will release in the early part of the year just to avoid GTA 6 and its potential delay into the later part of the year. Yeah, no, without a doubt, that's why it's happening. You notice none of the games that were shown, as far as I noticed, were releasing in May. And even April, people are scared to go into. So I think March is going to be the month. We'll have a handful of games in February and a couple in January, but I think March is going to be the month. GTA 6 will come out in May, allegedly. It will have pretty much like the last half of April, all of May, and the first chunk of June to itself. And if it gets delayed, then that just moves forward probably to October, and it'll be all of October and all of November, except for like the big ones like Call of Duty will be staying clear. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Do people forget that PlayStation is owned by a Japanese company? Of course, they're going to show a lot of anime games. Yeah, no, I mean, it's the common fault. We all fall into it. We all fall into this trap is to think that just because something doesn't appeal to us, therefore it's bad. And that doesn't mean that's not the same. Okay. Like just because I do not understand, what's a game I just don't get? What's a game I just don't get? I'm trying to think if there's like a clear example of one I just do not understand. Well, like maybe modern Pokemon games. Modern Pokemon games, I'm like, they look like crap and they run like crap. I'm just like, I'm good. Old ones, sure. I got Emerald on a little Game Boy, an old refurbished Game Boy. That's cool. But like modern Pokemon games, I just don't understand it. But I understand that a lot of other people really like it. My wife Nikki put like 80 hours into whatever one of the recent ones was, and I was like, how did you even do that? Like, what is there to even do? I just don't get it. Genshin Impact, yeah, that's probably another one. Lots of people play Genshin Impact. I don't, but I see a lot of people do. Let's see. Oh yeah, and again, the Borderlands 4 delay. And then L. Peace Carter, thank you for the 1. Thank you. PlayStation speakers will do numbers with dads who avoid their kids and let them cry while playing Call of Duty Warzone with mics on. They probably will do numbers there. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of like an audio purist, so it always triggers me to see like, and then we have AI noise canceling in the speaker. So it analyzes room noise and then cancels out room noise with the speaker. I'm like, that, what are we doing? Like, it starts to drive me crazy. I can't think about it too much or it pisses me off. It's my very niche, hyper fixated trigger is stupid stuff like that, like noise cancellation through speakers. I'm like, that's like room speakers getting rid of room noise. What are we doing? Okay. Oh, anyway. Okay. Where did I read this one? I love how Spider-Man was a red case with Spider-Man on it, and Wolverine is a yellow case with Wolverine on it. They will look good together. Red and yellow. I can't say it fast. Yes, I do think they'll look good next to each other. They're also going to look just good because I think it's good artwork. Yeah. If I don't like it / have no idea what's going on, it's ass, says King Toby. Exactly. Finally, somebody gets it. Somebody understands it. Finally. Let's see. Luke, why does it say missing access when I just joined your Discord? I just subbed. If you just did and then it's giving you crap like that, sometimes Discord servers take a minute to like process through. So give it like, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours. Some people have had to wait like a full day forward and then it gives them access. But if it's still giving you trouble later, just email me at the email in my link tree and I can like brute force you in. Yeah. So just keep an eye on it. But sometimes it just takes a minute. Discord's connection stuff is kind of slower than it should be, frankly. It doesn't run that great. But let's see. Ooh, official 4K images for Wolverine. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Walking with boots. Okay. The hair looks good. The fur looks good. Love it. Fur coat. Love it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. When they started talking about like the different actors and like we had to find somebody to play him and do the role justice, I was like, I swear to God, if this is just Troy Baker again. I love me some Troy Baker, but it is really funny to me how every role they get, they're like, we searched high and low and then he was just the perfect one. I'm like, I'm sure he is great in the role. It's just funny that like he's in everything and every time they're like, it's perfect. Let's see. The Art of Interactive Storytelling. Thank you for the 5. What were your thoughts on the RGG Summit? I thought it was excellent. I am also eagerly anticipating Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. As for the there it is. As for the full like RGG direct thing that they did, I have not like sat down and watched the whole thing, so I don't have a lot of like super specifics for you. But maybe ask me on next stream because I do plan on watching it later tonight after I get the kids down. So follow up with me. You don't need to send me another super chat. I just haven't watched it yet, so I don't have a lot to say. But follow up with me and send me another message in the next stream. I can tell you. The Wet Noodle, thank you for the 5. Only a 40-minute event is kind of sad. Hey, I mean 40 minutes of pretty solid reveals versus like what sometimes the Game Awards can turn into, which is like 2 or 3 hours of 70% mobile games and like live service stuff that just paid big bucks to get on stage, and then like 30% of it is stuff you actually care about. I'd rather just having stuff that's a little bit more lean. But you know, I could see it. For my peoples, thank you for the 5. Wolverine looks like a bloody mess in a good way. Spidey Wolverine game by 2032. No. And I don't say that to be mean. I just say that because their whole release schedule leaked. So we know the answer to that, and the answer is no. They're not doing that. They're going to be putting a lot of effort into X-Men stuff after this. So I think the plan is basically Wolverine, Venom, Spider-Man 3, and then it's going to be X-Men. I believe that's the plan. Deus Ex Remastered looks baller. Yeah, I think that's super great. Anytime they get a chance to bring a game like that from the old times and bring it forward for a new generation of people to play it for the first time, I think that's great. Especially like the controller enhancements. I think that's a huge improvement. People forget, but like the modern thing of like walk with the left stick, look with the right stick, that was not always the case. Some games it was walk with the left stick, and then you had to change your view with like a D-pad separate from all of that, or you had to press a button and then use the same joystick to move your view. Like modern control schemes have been standardized. They were not always standardized, and so some of those older games, the control schemes are terrible, but now they work wonders. You know, now if you just adjust those inputs, it can be much more playable and enjoyable. Thoughts on Pal Farm? Oh, dude. Oh, Kush Prophecy. I'm glad you asked. If you guys didn't see this, I'm so sorry. Pal World's developer, Pocket Pair, they announced this trailer. You might be like, hey, that dialogue box looks reminiscent of like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Yep. They are making a spin-off game, which is heavily inspired by Stardew Valley and by Animal Crossing. And it's just basically a little village simulator, but in the world of Pal World. So there you go. I mean, they're really just daring Nintendo at this point, dude. At this point, they don't give no craps. They're like, bring it on. Try to sue me. Try. Especially look at what they do at the very end. You remember what they just tried to patent? Dude, they're trolling. They're trolling hard. Like, hard. Like, they walked straight up to those Nintendo lawyers and gave them a big old titty twister. They're just like, nice to meet you. Crank. Like, they don't care at all. I love to see it. Jesus, dude. I respect it, honestly. Like, the idea that you can copyright or rather patent gameplay systems, I think is asinine. I just think it's ridiculous. And should be totally unacceptable. Whether it is Warner Brothers patenting the Nemesis system or it's Nintendo trying to patent throwing orbs to catch monsters and then to also send them out of those orbs again. I think all of that is ridiculous. Like, these are video games. I don't think you should be able to patent having a farm. I don't think you should be able to patent having a combat system with R1 as the light attack and R2 as the heavy attack. Like, we can't start that. The precedent is just, you don't want to mess with that. You know? Yeah, it's like trying to patent a genre. Well, that's effectively what they're, like, if Nintendo could get away with that, they would happily do it. Like, that's ultimately what they'd like to do. But it's piece by piece by piece by piece. You just, if you patent each individual component, eventually you just end up with the whole thing being under your control. And the problem is, at its core, these patents are going in front of, like, they go in front of 70, 80-year-old judges. Like, they've never played a video game before. Swish the bird. They've never played a video game before. They have no idea what they're looking at, right? But they're being asked to grant patents on things. And the patent office is being asked to patent and approve patents on things that they have no idea what they are. And so it's framed basically as software that they're patenting, which you can do. If you have like a really powerful algorithm that you use for your antivirus detection, whatever, you can go in and try to patent that. I can understand that. But then they go through the same process and try to patent like gameplay systems, like the Nemesis system. And I think that's such an abuse of the system. I think it's so stupid and it's infuriating. And now Monolith's gone. We have to wait till 2030. I think it's 2036 actually for that patent to expire, and then other people can start using it. But until then, like, there's just nothing you can do. Stupid, man. I want to work at the patent office when I work up. Dude, I knew a guy way back in the day. He was a friend of my uncle's, and he was a patent attorney. So he was the guy you hire when you want to patent something, and then his job was to write up the patent and make it cover everything. That's his job. And he made a lot of money. A lot of money. Because then when people would infringe on the patent, he got to go and file all the lawsuits and stuff. No, the patent is with Warner Brothers Corporate. It's Warner Brothers Incorporated, Warner Brothers Interactive, whatever Incorporated. So Warner Brothers holds it. It was being used by Monolith, but Monolith is dead and gone. So as of right now, as far as we're aware, there is no project in the works using the Nemesis system. So it's just sitting dormant. And so everybody else has to sit and wait for the patent to expire before they can use it. Yeah. That's until Warner Brothers renews their patent in 2035. I think the particular patent that they filed, the restriction on it, means when it expires, it expires. So it's up for everybody at that point. But yeah, patent lawyers are very illustrious law career in terms of revenue. Yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of money doing it. This poor one is fighting for his life. That's funny. Anyway, so this is crazy. Congrats to Pocket Pair for just having balls of steel, dude. They're already actively in a lawsuit against Nintendo, and they announced this and then finished it, like I said, with a direct infringement, allegedly, according to Nintendo, of their own patent. Like, according to Nintendo, this is unacceptable. Because people were even like, no, Nintendo's... Dude, I saw the most ridiculous Nintendo-oriented channel. Like, you know, the Nintendo guys who are just like going glug glug on Nintendo all day, every day. I would mime it, but then I know you guys would clip it, so you can use your imagination. But they go hard. They take it hard for Nintendo. And dude, they were like, it's not really bad. It's not bad. Nintendo, no. This patent is not actually that egregious because it specifies that it's balls that you're throwing. So it's not actually that big of a deal. And people are acting like they're trying to patent all of these gameplay systems. No, it's really specific. So, okay, already. I'm imagining. Stop it. And it's like, okay, for one, if they used a cube, like Diego saying, I think it would still be a problem. And two, Pocket Pair's like, bring it on, bitch. And they used the same orb ball thing that they've been using. They're like, yeah, bring it on. We're doing the exact thing you said we can't do. Bite me. Dude, I respect the hell out of it. I respect it. It makes me want to buy this game just for the fun of it, dude. This is baller. Oh, it's pretty fun. Anyway. Yeah, glug, glug, glug. You're damn right. Well, it's just like, it drives me crazy when you have like some dude that's literally living in his mom's basement talking about video games all day. And I'm like, I respect it. You're talking about something you're passionate about. Nothing wrong with that. But then you go so far as to then actively defend it in every single possible way, even when it's patently ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. Joe Raptor points out March 26th is already stacking up. It's going to be crazy. Crimson Desert, March 19th. Saros is March 20th, and 007 is March 27th. And Jor, I wonder why he's expecting this. Jor says he's expecting the Black Flag remake in one of those 2 weeks as well. Wow. Dude, just this past spring, we had a similar issue. Do you guys remember? We had Monster Hunter, AC Shadows, KCD2, Avowed, and there was something else. There was a fifth one. But we had all of these games within like a solid 2 weeks of each other. And then it kind of spread out. Expedition 33, was that March? I don't think that was February. I think that was later. Pirate Yakuza. Yeah, Pirate Yakuza was one. You're right. But all of those were in February. And then, of course, some dates moved around. Of course, KCD2 moved up by like a full month or like 2 weeks or something. Like they moved up a lot because they were like, yeah, we're feeling really good. So they just scooted up. And then some other stuff wiggled around, which helped as well. But yeah, I mean, it's what you have to do. It's what you have to do. Yeah, Expedition 33 was April. Yeah, that makes sense because it was right next to Oblivion. That's right. But yeah, Joe Raptor's right. Crimson Desert on the 19th, Saros on the 20th, Dying Light, First Light, March 27th, and then potentially Black Flag remake maybe on like the 21st or like the 15th or something. Like that's gonna be stacked, dude. I don't think there's a lot of overlap between like Saros players and like 007. Those are pretty different games. But like if you like open world adventure games, you're probably interested in Crimson Desert and Black Flag. You know, like I wonder if they're going to move the Black Flag date. Maybe they bump it back to April or something. I don't know. It's interesting. But I feel like the God of War game will be shadow dropped at the Game Awards like they did with Valhalla. They very well could do that. Because I think the danger is if they do a like long, protracted marketing cycle for it and they're like, hey, we're going to market it for 6 months. I think that's just unnecessary. Anybody who's interested in God of War and is a fan of the franchise will buy it and be interested in what it has to offer, even if it's a 2.5D Metroidvania, whatever. There will be some fall off, but I think people will be interested. And so I think you just got to drop it. Just drop it. Put it out there. February is always a high impact month. It wasn't always like that, dude. Like back in the day, even back before pretty much Elden Ring, I think, changed it. Before Elden Ring, people used to joke that February was the month that developers and publishers put their games to die. Like it was always kind of an open secret that if you delay your game to January or February, you are meaning for it to die. You're sending it out to pasture. you're like, we know it wasn't going to do well. We know it's not going to do well. So we're going to put it out there. It's going to do what it's going to do. We can tell our shareholders, yeah, it just didn't sell well. Maybe it was the release period, and we can move on. But it's typically where games that were really troubled and in development hell would be delayed too. So they can kind of toss it off, bury it, get rid of it on the financials and move on. Not have to spend a lot of marketing dollars in high impact months like November or December. So that was the case for a long time. But then Elden Ring came out and was like, no, February games can pop off, dude. It just has to be a good game. And then everybody's like, oh, okay, let's look at that. Because you got to remember, sometimes a release date window and period is not just about what other games are coming out around there and all that. It's also a matter of how much is marketing going to be right there? Because if you're planning to do like a big marketing push on TV and social media, doing your marketing push in November is freakishly expensive. Very expensive. TV, YouTube, Google ad rates, everything skyrockets during that time. You release your game in January, February when nothing else is going on, you can bypass a lot of that. A lot of it. Yeah. Yeah. Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. I mean, at some point with Hogwarts Legacy, it was just such a big IP that you can kind of do whatever you want. And that's true of some of these things. Like some of these games, they would be successful even if you dropped them on New Year's Day, like, or Christmas Day, they'd still pop off. But, you know, there are probably more exceptions to the rule than the rule themselves. Oh wait, no way. Ben just posted this, dude. New mini segment. Do we have anybody in chat in the UK? Do we have anybody in chat in the UK? This is crazy. Ben is saying Wolverine is being censored in the UK because of the Online Safety Act. People need IDs to look at the pictures of the game. You can't look at the screen caps without verifying with your ID that you're over 18. That sucks, man. Well, I'll tell you guys, it looks cool. It looks really cool. I can draw a version of it. Maybe this will get censored too. You guys gonna be like, Luke, you were banned in the UK after you. So there's like guys, and then they're sad because like the blood is like spraying everywhere. And then like Wolverine is over there and he's standing like this. And he's like, grrr. Okay, and then like he has some nice hair. I'm not an artist. Luke, why don't you get a job in games? This is what this is what I'm capable of. Does that answer your question? Does that explain it? I feel like it explains it. I could storyboard the games. You're right. I totally could. I just need to think bigger. Yeah, that's the problem. Jesus. I can't even do it, dude. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm very sorry to hear that some of you guys can't see the trailers and stuff because it is genuinely pretty cool, but I'm sure you can find a workaround. Corey, the one and only Corey Barlog, is in chat. By the way, Corey, not to be weird, I'm going to give you a moderator badge so I know when it's actually you coming into chat. Other than that, we're going to have people coming in and impersonating you, but now you'll have a blue gear next to your name so I know it's the real you. Okay, is that cool or is that weird? Otherwise, like every time you come to chat, I want to like click on it and be like, is it the actual Corey? And then I see, oh, it is the actual Corey. That's cool. But like this will make it easier. So I can just be like, boom, he has the badge. I can see it. Yeah. No, the industry just changes quick, dude. It changes really, really quick. That's what's crazy to me is that things that were true for a long time are no longer necessarily true, you know? And I appreciate that because it keeps the industry exciting. It's the same thing with like, you used to have to do things in a very traditional way in terms of marketing or whatever, with like really sorted, carefully cut together trailers or previews or demos or this or that. And I was talking to Sir Toby, actually, when we went to KCD Fan Fest. Sir Toby, he's a super fun guy. Like genuinely one of the most community-centric dudes on the planet. Like he really gets it. He really gets what they're doing. But he was saying at the event that when they were trying to decide what they were going to do for marketing KCD2, he was like, I don't want to just do the same thing everybody else does. I want to do something different. I want to do something exciting, something that's just different, And they were like, what does everybody always say? They're like, we want to see the game. We want to see it. So he and a guy named Mike that works at PlayOn, the publisher, also an incredible dude. They worked together on coming up with this way of going around the world and letting people demo the game. And he just let them go for 7 hours and just play the game. So like he invited me and a few other people to New York City. They rented out like a room in a gaming cafe, had PC set up with KCD2 on it. This is like December of 2024. And they were like, yeah, just play it. We have 7 hours. Have fun. It was like the most baller way of just being like, our game's awesome. Have fun. Check it out. And that's something that 10 years ago, you probably couldn't do. Probably couldn't do that. But nowadays you can, And that it clearly worked for them. So I just think that it's exciting to see that the industry is not necessarily held back by those older traditions or conventions, that you can think outside the box and come up with all sorts of crazy, clever ways of doing things that everybody thought had to be done one way and not another. I just love it. I think it's super cool. Anyway. Refresh. I know it's been a good stream when Chrome crashes and can't keep the tab open because like there's too much in chat. It's like I can't keep track. Yeah, I also say, Corey, it's cool that you came by. You're brave because I'm sure anytime you show up anywhere, it's just like, so what can you tell me about? What can you tell me about this? Oh, I can ask a genuine question if you're still in here. Have you gotten the controller yet? The controller they announced? Did they give you like an early access version of it? I would think if anybody could get access to that controller early, it would be Corey. Because it is genuinely like pretty clean. I appreciate that the arrows, they actually made red. Instead of like just the black arrows, they actually also color coordinated the arrows. I appreciate that. It's really easy to just, recycle the same one with the black arrows. But no, they actually followed all the way through. I appreciate it. But anyway, I think overall it was a really solid show. I'm glad to see it. I'm sorry that the Brits can't see it. Because damn, dude. Damn. Oh, my God. Ooh. Ooh. Dude, it's also like look at the hair whipping around. Hold on, right here. These are the little things that I just eat up, dude. Oh, I forgot they don't have frame by frame on X videos. But it's like the hair swinging with the movement. Oh my God. It's all just so smooth. And the blood splatter on the ground. So the blood actually splatters through the air and then lands on the ground. Oh. Oh. This is more cartoony blood. I remember watching a documentary on the making of Fallout 3. And in that documentary, they have a guy, and literally his job at Bethesda Game Studios was just to come up with the gore system. And he had a sign on his desk because he had to do research. Yeah, here it is. Today's nausea induction level is very high. So his job was to figure out what gore would look like if you used VATS to like blow somebody's head up. And so he had to do research. And so he's like, yeah, people walk by and they see what's on my screen and it can be upsetting. So I had to start putting signs up.
Awful stuff. A lot of the photo reference that we wound up having to use. Awful stuff. Don't recommend it. And people were walking by and getting very, 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 very sick and telling me that I should, put a warning up. And so I did, because I thought it was funny.
Isn't that crazy? But like, that's what you have to do, dude. Like, I can't even imagine how much research they had to do for like The Last of Us Part 2. Because The Last of Us Part 2, it's not just the visual gore, it's also the sounds, dude. Like some of the sounds in The Last of Us Part 2, like you shoot somebody in the in like the back or in the stomach or something, and they sound different. Like they let out different sounds or gurgles or whatever. It's like pretty insane. Callisto Protocol's gore research, I hear, was traumatic. Yeah, they had pretty intense gore too. It's one of those things you don't think about when you're playing a game. Like, oh yeah, somebody had to research this and figure out how this worked or what it's like, but it's crazy. Corey says, nah, not yet. Can't wait to get mine though. I'm sure they'll hook you up. I wonder if they just bring in pallets. Just like everybody at the studio, take one, everyone, take it, figure it out. Frank says Corey B puts dev studios like Guerrilla and Naughty Dog post Bruce Straley to shame. It's crazy. Neil gets more exposure than Corey. Well, I think Neil does more press right now because he's had the show. Like the Vanity Fair interviews and all that, that's all tied to the show. So if they did a God of War show, I'm sure we'd hear from Corey a lot more. If Corey was like actively, involved in it, like Corey has been. Anyway, do I have anything else to tackle? I don't think so. Let's see. Are you gonna check out Dying Light the Beast? I did, dude. I got a video on the big channel on it already, actually. So, yeah. I've been playing it. I like Dying Light 2. It wasn't perfect, but I really liked it. And then Dying Light the Beast, I'm really digging. Really liking it. Really, really liking it. So, you can use an RPG in Black Flag. I did hear they're adding RPGs into Black Flag. I did hear that, yes. So, yeah. It's my understanding is it will be a pirate game with RPGs, like a lot of them. So, I do believe that's been confirmed at this point. Confirmed. Now I know somebody's gonna clip this and be like, Luke, who's previously had connections with Ubisoft, confirms rocket propelled grenades are confirmed to be in Black Flag. Ubisoft, really, there's no ends to their revisionist history. It's like I can't say anything. Anyway, fam, I know, Fade, you're like, oh, let's watch a video. My problem is so my wife, Nikki, is in a musical because she's way more talented than me. And so she has a rehearsal this evening that she has to leave for momentarily. So I've got to go take over for, take over watching the kids. And we're going to go do something. I don't know what, but maybe we'll walk to the park if the weather's nice. But I gotta go do that. I have to go be daddy. So I'm gonna go stop being your daddy and I'm gonna go be daddy to my actual children. I know it's upsetting, but that's just how it has to be. And yeah, we'll be back. Don't worry, baby darling. We'll be back either tomorrow or Friday. We'll have more to talk about and do all of that. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. It was tremendous. We had, by my count, we had a peak of about 5,500 people hanging out here across Twitch as well. We were at about 6,000 at the peak. And we had somewhere between 35 and 40,000 people cycle in and out over the course of the stream, which is crazy. So truly thank you. I can't think about it too long. Otherwise, it makes me scared and it makes me freeze up because I'm bashful. So I'm going to call it there. Thank you for hanging out with me. Much, much love. I'll see you again very, very soon, okay? Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.